Good morning,
Dhanavat. Good morning.
the thoughts.
Maharani Ki Jai.
Hey, Jai.
Can you go to scssmut.com and there's an article on Lalita-Devi.
Which one?
Uh,
1996, 2004.
Let me see.
Lalita-Devi's Glory.
Let me see. Audio. It was an article, not an audio.
Not an audio.
An article.
An article. It must be this. Huh?
No,
No?
no.
And glorification of Srimati Lalita. This one?
No,
No?
no.
This one?
No.
That's all there is.
That's an audio?
This is audio. The rest of them are audios.
Huh.
Is it still on your computer?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Sorry, we're looking for something.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I'm here as long as I'm happy to see both of you and be here together. How are you feeling, Maharaj?
Uh, I'm okay today.
Good, good, good. I'm glad to hear that.
I got it. Can I have it?
What is this one? No. It wasn't Gaudiya Darshan narrative.
No. I know. Just wanted to see if it was the same.
No, it wasn't a Gaudiya Darshan article.
It was Prema Dharma.
No, it wasn't.
It's already open on your computer.
It was, huh?
It's open on your computer. I just saw it.
It may be, but that wasn't the one. It wasn't on the Gaudiya Darshan article. The Prema Dharma.
Not this one?
No. No.
You sure it was scssmut.com?
The 3-page article.
And it was on the website itself. I mean, this. Why not this? 3-page right here. 1, 2, 3. We passed this before.
Okay. Well, you have to make it bigger now.
Yeah. Hold on. One moment.
A beautiful day. The weather's been cooler this past week. It's been beautiful.
So to clear the mind of all non-transcendental thoughts, say the following prayer. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaisnavam Shah Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shivasakanvitam Shah Om Agena Timirandasya Ginanjana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Shri Guru Maharaj, Shri Gurudev, Shri Acharya Dev Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Vaishnavini Ki Jai. Jai Shri Lalita Devi Ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Shri Radhastami Ki Jai.
Jai.
Today is called Lalita-saptami. Lalita-saptami. And the day after today is called, tomorrow is called Radhastami. So these two very important names in our tradition, Vaishnava tradition, Lalita and Radharani. And generally we talk about Krishna. Krishna is a male, and Lalita and Radharani are females. And what is the need of bringing the female part into the talk about Krishna? So we have to understand that in Christianity, they worship God as a male figure. Generally, Jesus and God are considered male figures. And the female figure, the Virgin Mary or Mary Magdalene or so many different ladies, they're not given secondary importance. But in Krishna consciousness, Radharani is considered more important than even Krishna. And why is that? Who is Radharani? And who is Krishna? And who is Lalita? So this article here that we'll read a little about, we'll find out more about Lalita and her relationship with Radharani and Radharani's relationship with Krishna. So first of all, let's try to understand that the difference is being made here between the male and the female, and in what sense is that difference of the sexes being used, or genders, whatever you want to call it. So Krishna, we know, is the creator. God, we say God is the creator of heaven and earth. The creator. Who makes the universe? Who makes everything within heaven and earth? That is called Krishna. Is the origin, the source of all of that. But the love, the relationship within the creation. There is not only a creation, there is also relationships within that creation. And that relationship, that loving relationship within the creation, is determined by a personality also. That has a person associated with that mood of devotion and love. And that mood of devotion and love is called Radharani, Ladini Shakti. She is the personified potency of love, of devotion, dedication that we see in the creation, and that is an essential part of the creation. Otherwise, the creation as such is not very meaningful. It is something that is, but what is the relationship within that creation? That is more significance and more importance, actually. And so that is Radharani's jurisdiction. That is her domain of loving relationships, of devotion. So we have both Radha and Krishna. Both are necessary. Krishna is necessary for there to be anything at all, but that being of things is not the whole at all. Their being is how they were related to one another. That is also of great significance, of supreme significance, actually. Merely to be is a very boring thing, but to be in relationship, that is also necessary. You can't have many things being there without having a relationship to one another. And that relationship can be one of indifference, one of hostility, one of competition. So many different types of relationships can be there. But the highest relationship, the most harmonious, unified relationship that we can find is that relationship that we call love, prem. And so Radharani represents that aspect of our reality. And so we hold her to be most dear, because without that, the whole thing would be rather boring, without that sweetness, without that charm, without that beauty. So this article here written is from
Govinda Maharaj.
Maharaja. So then we'll find out now who is Lalita in regard to Radharani. And we find that she is the one who arranges. Lalita is a gopi called a Shakti, who arranges the loving relationship that Radharani has with Radha and Krishna have. She makes arrangement to see that relationship goes off smoothly. So she's the arranger. She provides for the situation to be properly ordered, so that Radharani and Krishna can have their affair without disturbance, without interruption, and in the highest and sweetest way. She is called the manager or arranger of those affairs between Radha and Krishna. That's her job. So she is like the spiritual leader or the spiritual master in the spiritual world of all the participants, the residents of Vrindavan, especially the cowherd girls, who arrange for the meeting of Radha and Krishna and make it possible for them to have a smooth and harmonious and sweet relationship. It's just like two people can have a relationship, but if the environment around them is not suitable, then that relationship will be disturbed. If there's a beautiful, harmonious environment for them to meet and exchange love, then that enhances uh, uh, their exchange. So not only must there be that relationship, but there must also be the arrangement of that relationship. There's the environment, and it must all be prepared properly. And that, having the proper arrangement for that loving exchange to take place, that is in the hands of Lalita Devi. So like that, everything is taken care of in the spiritual world. There's intelligence behind everything, and a personification of all those ingredients are found there in the transcendental world. And we worship all of that. Krishna consciousness is, according to the teachers, the great teachers in our line, they have pointed all these things out and made arrangements for us to worship in that way of these great personalities, and to do everything properly in the service of Krishna. So we'll read something about about Lalita in this article here, a very nice article by Govinda Maharaj. You want to read it?
Yes.
Can you put it on the screen?
Can you see it? Yeah. Yes, it's on the screen.
Yeah.
So the title is "We Must Follow the Service Mood of Lalita Devi" by His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj. And this is an excerpt from the book Divine Guidance, Chapter 4. We can enter Vrindavan Dham. Before I start, Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai, Jai Gurudev.
Right.
Tulsi Devi Dasi Ki Jai, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
We can enter Vrindavan Dham by the mercy of Radharani. She is engaged with the service of Sri Krishna, and she has no time to see to us. But by the mercy of her finest, closest, and topmost associate, Lalita Devi, we may gain a chance to enter. Lalita Devi is the leader of the group of Shakis, the friends of Radharani. She is very merciful and can give us admission into Vrajadham, into Vrindavan Dham. Actually, Radharani does not give admission. Radharani does not give entrance. Admission is granted by the Shakis, the girlfriends of Radharani. Especially we are in the group of Lalita Devi, and in that group, Rupa Manjari is the head of the Manjari section, and Lalita Devi is our mistress. Our prayer is that she will take us and engage us in service. We are very hopeful because Lalita Devi's mood is very open, something like that of Nityananda Prabhu. She is very affectionate with all, and she is the head of all the Shakis. The Asta Shakis, the 8 principal gopis, are Lalita, Vishaka, Chitra, Champakalata, Tungavidya, Indureka, Sudevi, and Rangadevi. Lalita Devi is the leader of that group. She has a special group, and through them she arranges for maintaining the service to Radharani. She is the head mistress of our spiritual form. We are now in mundane bodies, so we will not think of that. Still, that is our goal of life. Therefore, we must worship that with our full regard, and we must not make any offense in the Dham. It is very difficult to stay in Vrindavan Dham. So, on the side here, there's a picture of Radha and Krishna and the 8 gopis, Sri Sri Radha Krishna and the Asta Shakis.
Don't read that.
Don't read that? Okay. So it is very difficult to stay in Vrindavan Dham. We must have an exclusive service mood to Radha Krishna, and that can give us some place here. By the mercy of Lalita Devi, through our Srila Guru Maharaj and Rupa Goswami, it is possible to get that. And if in that way we try to see everything, then no problem will come to us. We are so fortunate that we have reached, by the grace of Srila Guru Maharaj, Vrindavan Dham. Actually, Vrindavan is in the transcendental world, and we cannot reach that transcendental plane with our mundane body. But here we have some special facility by the mercy of Mahaprabhu, as well as Srimati Radharani. We are like bees who try to take honey from a tightly sealed honey pot. But they may give us some chance to attach with that transcendental world. The pot is solid, and the bees cannot remove the seal and take the honey. This is an example only, but still, from it we can understand what our position is like. The bees are on the outside of the bottle, and our position is similar, but we are also near the honey. We can enter Vrindavan Dham by the mercy of Radharani, but she is engaged with the service of Sri Krishna, and she has no time to see to us. But by the mercy of her finest, closest, and topmost associate, Lalita, we may gain a chance to enter. Lalita Devi is the leader of the group of Shakis, the friends of Radharani. She is very merciful and can give us admission to Vrajadham, Vrindavan Dham. But here is one question. Do we want that or not? We hear about Vrindavan Dham, but we hear through our mundane senses and with our mundane feelings. Some essence, however, is coming through that, and we express we like Vrindavan Dham. But like Sri Harinam Mahamantra, Vrindavan Dham is also transcendental. If we want to enter there, we need some special mercy of Srimati Radharani through her associates, and we can only get that with our super hankering mood. Your device is beeping, I have to bring it in here.
So Vrindavan means the spiritual world, huh? Vrindavan means the world, the land of love. The land of love that's called Vrindavan. That love means transcendental love, spiritual love.
Srila Rupa Goswami said, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhabita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Kuto Pila Bhayate Tatra Lauyamapi Muyam Ekalam Janma Koti Shukutar Nalabhayate. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 8.70. We can do many auspicious services to the Lord, but that is not the cause of the real hankering necessary for service to Vrindavan Dham. We need to have the association of the associates of Vrajadham, hear the Leela of Krishna, and engage in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, etc. With that kind of activity in our devotional path, inspiration can come to us, and by the causeless mercy of Srimati Radharani, that kind of devotional hankering can enter our heart. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Mati. It is very rare in this mundane world, but that is our super goal of life. We need it. We cannot touch that ecstatic Leela through our mundane body, but we may understand it a little through our preceptorial master's line, the Guru Parampara. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karanam. Sri Brahma Samhita 5.1. The Supreme Lord, the embodiment of truth, consciousness and joy, is Govinda Krishna. He is beginningless, the origin of all that be, and the cause of all causes. That is his position. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shudho Nitya Mukto Vinatvat Namanamino. The holy name and Krishna are non-different. Both transcendental, therefore. Through our mundane knowledge and mundane activity, we cannot touch that ecstasy. In the Upanishads it is said, Nayam Atma Pravachena Labhyo Na Medhaya Na Bahuna Shrutena Yam Evaisa Vrunite Tena Labhyas Tasyaisa Atma Vrivrunuti Tanum Svam. The Supreme Lord is not attained by preaching, by vast intelligence, nor by knowing very expertly the Vedas. He is attained only by one who he himself chooses. To such a person he manifests his own form. When from the upper level, causeless mercy comes and touches a fallen soul, he can understand. Something is touching me, and that thing is very exalted and auspicious. An example is that if an ant is running past me and I touch it, the ant can understand it is being touched. All is under my control, not his. When I lift my finger, then he thinks, oh, whatever came and touched me has now gone away. In this situation, he has no possibility to exert his personality. He has no free will to control the situation. Krishna is like that. When that transcendental knowledge himself comes down and touches us, at that time we can understand it. Otherwise, there is no possibility for us to understand. It is not mechanical. One possibility is there. Yam evaisa vrenute tena labhyas. If we take shelter with our full, unalloyed devotion to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, then Krishna must be merciful to us. And that gives us some hope. It is up to the sweet will of Krishna, but in this way we can gain some position and enter into the transcendental world. Why are we doing other types of activities, such as worshipping, etc.? It is our practice for devoting everything, including ourselves, into the lotus feet of Krishna. In this way, we are trying to practice. But Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharmam parityaga mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami mahasucha. Bhagavad Gita 18.66. Totally rejecting all kinds of religion, take shelter of me exclusively. I will liberate you from all kinds of sins. Do not despair. Yat karosi yad asnasi yad juhosi tadassi yat. Yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat Kurusva Madarpanam. O Arjuna, son of Kunti, whichever action you perform, whether general or scriptural, whatever you eat, whatever you offer in sacrifice, whatever you give in charity, and whichever austerity you perform or vow you keep, all that you perform should be as an offering unto me. There are many shlokas like this. Another one is Daivi Hyesha Guna Mai Mamamaya Dharatyaya Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. This otherworldly, supernatural, external potency of mine, composed of three modes of nature, most certainly is difficult to cross. However, those who take shelter exclusively in me alone, and who completely surrender unto me, they certainly are able to surpass this almost insurmountable illusion. Krishna wants full surrender unto his lotus feet, and if we do this, he will take our full responsibility, and when he takes us, our bodies will become transcendental. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samharpana, sei kale Krishna tare kare atma sama, sei deha kare tara chidananda maya, aprakrita dehe tanra charana bhajaya. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 4.192 and 193. When the conditioned soul takes shelter unto the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna takes him and provides for him whatever he may lack. He gives to him whatever is necessary, making him complete in that transcendental position. The main thing is devotion. A fully surrendered soul has no responsibility for himself. Manasa deho, geho yo kichor mor, arpilun tuva pade nandakishore, sampade bipade jivane marane, dai mama gela tuva opada bharane. From Sharanagati. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, whatever I have, everything I am, offering unto the lotus feet of Krishna. I do not know what I have, but whatever it may be, please take that for your service. From this day on, I have no responsibility for myself. You may maintain this body or not. This is your matter, not mine. I shall only try to serve your holy lotus feet. When the conditioned soul takes shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna takes that conditioned soul as his own property. Raksha karabi tuhu nishchaya jani, pana karabunham yamuna pani. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said in Sharanagati, you must save us. It is your duty. I know, so what fear can I have? I can jump into the polluted waters of the Kaliya lake without fear. I can do anything. Here we can see the main thing. Faith in Krishna, the faithful world. That is the real transcendental world. In that world, faith is the very ground, the very foundation. When we live there with our full faith, we will attain the highest result of highest benefit in life. One example you may have heard. If a police officer chases some thieves but mistakenly kills someone, all liability for his actions, even his mistakes, goes to the government and not to the police officer. His responsibility is only towards capturing the thieves. That is his duty. This is the main point. After self-surrender, the result of what we do goes to Krishna and does not come to us. But that surrender must be perfect. This is the first quality of the conditioned soul. After that, everything depends on Krishna, and only he knows in which way he will take the charge of the conditioned soul. Through the pastimes of Krishna and his devotees, you can understand what is the will of Krishna and what is not. If you try to gain that knowledge and maintain your devotion with that environment, you will have no fear from anywhere. This advice comes within the category of our primary and secondary education. But the superposition comes by the mercy of the associates of Srimati Radharani. If we have super hankering, then it will come to us. Who has some special quality of hankering for Madhura Rasa? He will get it. It is true. Only hankering after that Leela can give us a little chance. I'm going to go check on the kitchen. I'll be right back. In the pastimes of Srila Das Goswami, we can see, it's a quote from somewhere else in the paper. We can see Asa Bharer Amrita Sindhu Mahi Katanchit Kalo Mayati Gamita Kila Sampratamhi Tvam Chit Kripam Mahi Vidhashasyasi Naiva Kimme Pranar Raje Macha Baror Bakar Napi. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami passed his life, some 80 years, in Vrindavan Dham with this special type of hankering. He showed by his position and through his Leela how this mood of hankering can come to the Jiva soul, and in what a super way it can come. Sriman Mahaprabhu showed all kinds of bhavas, including Mahabhava. In this mundane world, he tasted it. Krishna himself tasted it, and the auspicious souls can see it as well as his paraphernalia and his associates. For the auspicious soul, everything shows him in which way he will proceed to his destination. Dasa Goswami said, I am only waiting for your mercy. O Radharani, if you do not give that, I think my life is spoiled in Vrindavan Dham. Even I do not want the mercy of Krishna. What shall I do with Krishna if your mercy is not present there? You are the supreme servitor of Krishna, and only under your guidance do I want that service. Without your connection, I will not get it. I know that, and it is 100% sure. Krishna has many forms, but Radha Shange Yarabati Tada Madana Mohita. When you are with Krishna, we can see that Krishna is in his fully ecstatic form. Therefore, I need your mercy. My whole time I have spent for your mercy. My only prayer is, please give me your mercy on my head. I need to serve your lotus feet. I do not want the association of Krishna without you. Such service to Krishna has no value. Krishna will not be happy without your service, and I want to do your service. Krishna says in the Shastra, Mad Bhaktanam Chaye Bhaktas Tame Bhaktatama Mattaha. My dear Partha, one who claims to be my devotee is not really so. Only a person who is the devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. We can see many shlokas in Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and other places expressing this point. So Srila Das Goswami says, Krishna himself is very pleased with the association of his devotees. Therefore I need your mercy. Only this is my hope. One day I must get it. But I have passed my whole life here in Radhakund, and still I do not have it. In this way Srila Das Goswami is praying. His ambition is only to serve Srimati Radharani, and it is by the special mercy of the associates of Srimati Radharani that we may get that kind of hankering. Srila Narottam Thakur wrote in one song, Nitayer Karuna Habe Braje Radha Krishna Pabe. Nityananda Prabhu can give us admission there. He can give us the passport. But only the associates of Srimati Radharani can give us the visa to enter into the world, the faithful service world. So we pray to our Srila Guru Maharaj. He is the non-different representation of Srimati Radharani. Acharya mam vijaniyan nabha manyeta karhichit. Namartya bhuja sutyeta sarva deva mayo guru. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.17.27. Krishna himself appears in the form of Guru, but when we will see the real form of Guru, then we will understand that he is the supreme servitor of Sri Krishna. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his Gaurvastaka says, Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado, Yasya prasada nagita kutopi, Dhyayans tuvams tasya yasyas trisandyam, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. Nikunja yuno rati keli siddhair, Yayali bir yuktir apekshaniya, Tatrati dakshad ati valabhasya, Vande Guru Shri Charanaravindam. From these shlokas, we can see the positions of Sri Gurudev. Srila Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur said that if we realize in a higher way, we can see Gurudev as Srimati Radharani. That means the supreme servitor of Sri Krishna. To gain that vision, we need the mercy of our Srila Guru Maharaj. Without such mercy, we cannot enter the garden of reality the beautiful, that transcendental world. By the mercy of Srila Guru Maharaj, we are gathered together here and asking for the mercy of the lotus feet of Gurudev. If Srila Guru Maharaj with his full wave of mercy will break into our hearts, then we must gain admission within that transcendental world. Many times Srila Guru Maharaj explained and praised Krishna Lila, and every time he would give us some clue. We must follow the service mood of Lalita Devi. Lalita Devi's mood is 24 hours a day, continuous service. And such mood spreads throughout her group. Not only that, but all groups are enlightened by the service of Lalita Devi. So it is necessary to get their mercy, and it is possible only by the grace of our Srila Guru Maharaj, and not by any other way. This is because he commands the position of the holder of Rupanuga Sampradaya. He is the super servitor of Lalita Devi, and that servitor is Srimati Rupa Manjari. Sriman Mahaprabhu gave charge of his Sampradaya to Srila Rupa Goswami. In this way we are connected, and we must one day fulfill our divine aspiration for their service. This is our only hope.
So, have you understood any of this?
Yes.
Very high knowledge.
Yes.
Highest knowledge that very few people get to hear, or and even fewer people get to understand.
Mhm.
But the intimate pastimes of the Lord, the loving pastimes of the Lord, are very intricate. And these are very personal relationships, you see, and not just some philosophical knowledge. Beyond the philosophical knowledge, there is a plane of personal relation in the spiritual sense.
Mhm.
The saints, if we look at the lives of the saints in this world, physically they don't seem to be doing anything so far as relationships are concerned, loving relationships. Uh, Yet their hearts are full of that love, filled with that love. So what is that love? That love is not the kind of relations that we see between a girl and a boy in this world. It's something beyond that in the spiritual sense, in the transcendental world. So enter into that high platform. It is possible, but only by the grace of that higher platform. There are two worlds, you see, the transcendental world and this material world. And the things that take place in the material world are not the same as that take place in the spiritual world, although they're similar, of course. Just as there is love in this world between a man and a woman, so there is love in the spiritual world between Radha and Krishna, but it's not in any way the same. Similar, but not the same. Plato, the Greek philosopher Plato, he spoke of the world of ideas, and the world that we see is a replication, kind of a reflection of that world of ideas. So just like if you see a tree reflected in the water, it looks to be upside down, huh? But the tree is there in the water, but it's a reflection. It's the same as the tree, but it's upside down. Huh? So in the same way, this world is a reflection of the spiritual world. So the same thing that is going on there looks like it's going on here, but it's also different. It's upside down. Here, everything is self-centered. In the spiritual, everything is Krishna-centered, centered for the pleasure of God, not for the pleasure of one's own self. But the result of pleasing Krishna is that we also become pleased. Just like the hand picks up food and gives it away. The hand picks up food, but it gives it away. It doesn't take the food for itself. It gives it to the mouth, and the mouth eats the food, and then the food somehow gets distributed to the hand, because that is the system, how the system is set up. So it's not only by taking something that we get the pleasure. By giving also, we can get some satisfaction, and that's the real satisfaction. If the hand were to take the food for itself, it would soon wither away and die. The whole body would collapse. But by acting properly, the hand, serving the stomach, it gets the benefit that it deserves. And so the same way, by serving Krishna, the whole universe becomes satisfied. We become satisfied, and the whole itself becomes satisfied. Because that is the proper way that is a proper system of its existence. This is called transcendental knowledge. One who realizes this has a transcendental knowledge. This is not ordinary knowledge. Not everyone understands this. Not everyone knows this. But that knowledge is there, has been handed down for thousands of years. If we study it, if we try to meditate on it and try to apply ourselves to it, we will understand and get the benefit of that. And gradually our consciousness will rise to that platform. And you'll see, oh yes, what I was saying here and I did not understand at one time now becomes clear to us. As our consciousness is purified, our hearts are purified, we'll be able to see all these things. And the material conception of life is very difficult to see things properly because we're distracted by so many mundane desires, non-spiritual desires. And we are attached to those things, and they prevent us from gaining insight into the higher world. So we have to practice as much as possible. We practice. That's why we chant Hare Krishna. That's why we take prasadam. That's why we do all these activities, read the scripture, have association with the devotees. These are all meant to purify our consciousness of its mundane conditioning and to raise us to the higher platform. We can understand these pastimes of the Lord and develop love of God. You have any question? Yeah.
It's a lot of what we talked about today. Everything, obviously, through repetition, finally starts to sink in. So a lot of what we heard today, the things that I didn't realize was the beginning of what we talked about with Radharani and Lalita Devi. I didn't realize all of this. That was new. That was new to me. So
So that's why we have these holy days.
yeah.
It's called Lalita-saptami. Saptami means seventh day.
Hmm.
The seventh day of the moon at this particular month is we worship Lalita Devi. We remember her, and it comes just before Radhastami. Radhastami is the Astami means eight. Radha appears on the eighth day of the moon. So Lalita and Radha are together like that, are worshipped together like that because they have a very important relationship with one another, and a
Hmm.
important relationship with our spiritual life also. Lalita comes before Radha, seventh day, and that means she also represents Guru.
Hmm. Okay.
She arranges the meeting of Radha and Krishna. She has to come before. Uh, and that is Guru's position. What does Guru do? He arranges our meeting of Krishna, our realization, you can say, of the relation of love that is represented by Srimati Radharani and Krishna. He is arranging how that can happen within our hearts. And so Lalita serves that function. In the material world, she serves the same function, we can say, as an analogy to the Guru in this world. So these things all have a very deep spiritual meaning if we think about it, meditate on it, and practice cleansing our heart, cleansing our mind of all mundanity. These things will become clearer and they will manifest to us in our life. So it's a gradual process. Taking
Hmm.
complete faith, full faith, and enthusiasm. And slowly, slowly, you'll get there step by step. You have to be patient, and we have to be consistent
Hmm.
with faith.
Very nice.
Okay. How is our Ingo Prabhu to see? Are you learning these things also? Hearing, you have to, he is slowly coming behind.
No.
He's also learning.
On Sunday, last Sunday, during the program at the library, Tony Pradhan asked him, "Oh, why do I meet the right person who needs to come here at the right time?" He asked that to Bhakta Ingo, and he said, "Oh, maybe you're in the flow of Krishna."
It's all his will,
Yeah.
arranging everything. It's like, the pieces on the chessboard, they're all different pieces, the bishop and the queen and the king and the pawns and the rook and all these parts, right? They're all being moved in certain places at certain times. And who's moving them? Huh? If we just look at the chessboard, the pieces are there and suddenly we find them here or there or the other place. But they don't just move like that. They're by someone's behind it, moving them, the player. And so like that, Krishna is like that player. He is moving us according to his will, and he has some outcome, result that he wants to get from all of that. And the result will be his victory, the final victory. And his final victory conquers our hearts, and we develop love for him and give up all this love for other things that are distracting us from our true love. That will be the end game.
The end game. Yeah. So good to see you, Maharaj. You look good. I hope you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you. My dhanavats to you both.
But
Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Shripad Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Devi Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We will see you tomorrow in Princeton.
Yes.